The first thing Dr. Lena Voss felt was cold. Not the ordinary chill of winter, but a deep, bone-hollowing cold that gnawed at her insides. When she opened her eyes, she saw nothing but white, endless ice, stretching in every direction. Her breath fogged her helmet visor as she struggled to remember. The last thing she recalled was the Aurora expedition, a research mission to Europa, Jupiter's icy moon. She was part of a 6-person crew sent to drill beneath the frozen surface, searching for signs of microbial life. But now, the drilling station was silent. The lights in the ice tunnel flickered weakly, and her comms were dead. "Commander Ortiz? Chun? Anybody?" she called, her voice echoing through the tunnel. No response. Her oxygen meter blinked yellow, 40% remaining. She needed to get back to the habitat module. As she trudged through the narrow ice corridors, she saw something strange. Footprints, not from boots, but bare, long, clawed impressions. She froze. Whatever made those prints wasn't human. At the tunnel's end, she found the main habitat dome, or what was left of it. The glass panels were cracked inward, as though something came from below. Inside, frozen bodies floated mid-air, suspended in a zero-gravity malfunction. Ortiz's helmet was shattered. Dr. Chen's arm was stretched toward a console, covered in frost. Lena's stomach twisted. "What happened here?" she whispered. She activated the emergency logs. Static. Then, a voice, distorted but human. "We broke through. There's something alive down there. Skin like ice. Moving under the light." The transmission cut. Suddenly, a faint tapping echoed through the dome. Tap, tap, tap. Lena turned. The ice beneath her boots shimmered. Something moved under the translucent floor, sliding fast, circling. And then, she saw it, a pale, humanoid shape, eyes glowing faintly blue, its skin translucent like the ice itself. Her heart pounded. She stumbled back, grabbed a thermal flare from the wall, and ignited it. The creature recoiled, hissing silently before vanishing beneath the floor again. Lena bolted for the rover dock. She didn't know what that thing was, only that it wasn't supposed to exist. And somehow, she was the only one left alive. Middle. The frozen ones. Lena drove the rover across Europa's vast white plains, the wind whipping up tiny shards of frozen methane. Above, Jupiter loomed, an orange, swirling giant filling half the sky. Inside the rover, she pulled up the last mission log. It dated only 12 hours ago. The team had detected a thermal anomaly 3 kilometers below the surface, liquid water pockets heated by volcanic vents. Ortiz insisted they drill deeper, even though it risked fracturing the ice layer. "If there's life, it'll be there," he'd said. They found it. The log ended abruptly. Lena's hands trembled. Life. Not microbial. Sentient. Something intelligent enough to hide, to strike, to survive. Her comms crackled suddenly. "Lena, is that you?" Her heart jumped. "Ortiz. You're alive." "Barely. At Outpost Theta. Don't come here. It's not safe." "They're not dead, Lena. They're changing." "Changing? Who?" Static. Then silence. Lena gripped the controls tighter. If Ortiz was alive, she had to reach him. Outpost Theta was 20 kilometers away, buried under another ice ridge. Halfway there, she noticed the temperature inside the rover dropping. The heater flickered, then shut down entirely. She checked the systems. No malfunction. The air itself was freezing. A faint mist rose from the floor vents, shimmering blue. Her reflection on the window distorted, as though the glass itself was icing from the inside. Then she saw a face in the frost. Not hers. A pale, eyeless face pressed against the glass, mouth open in a silent scream. She swerved, the rover skidding across the ice. The shape melted away like vapor. Her oxygen levels dropped. 25%. She slammed the accelerator. Outpost Theta appeared on the horizon, a black dome half buried in snow. She parked and stumbled inside. The power flickered weakly. Ortiz was slumped near the heating core, wrapped in a thermal blanket, his skin gray-blue and cracked like frozen clay. "Lena," he rasped. She ran to him. "What happened? What are those things?" He shook his head. "They're not separate. They're us. She frowned. What? Ortiz coughed, frost escaping his mouth. When we drilled into the vent, spores, microscopic things in the water. They entered our suits. Changed us. It's not infection, it's assimilation. Our cells started adapting to the cold. The body tries to survive, but it becomes something else. Lena stepped back. No, you're saying. He grabbed her wrist. His skin was ice cold. Don't let it take you, Lena. Once your core temperature drops below 20 degrees Celsius, there's no coming back. She looked at his arm. It was translucent, veins visible through frozen tissue. Then his body convulsed. His eyes rolled back, and his voice changed, layered, inhuman. Join the silence, Lena. Feel the cold. She tore her arm free, screaming, and grabbed a flare. The light blazed crimson. Ortiz shrieked as steam rose from his body, splitting open like brittle ice. He fell still. Lena stood trembling in the dark, the only sound her rapid breathing. She had one choice left: destroy the vents before the contamination reached the surface. If the organism spread to the water system, it wouldn't just end the mission, it could threaten Earth if the samples were ever sent back. She geared up and set out toward the drilling site. The skin of the world. The drilling site was now a crater of glowing ice. The hole they'd bored was no longer still. Faint blue light pulsed within, rhythmic, like a heartbeat. Lena descended carefully, the temperature gauge spinning wildly. At the bottom, the ice had melted into a liquid chamber, a subsurface lake glowing from bioluminescent algae. But floating in the center were shapes, human forms suspended in the water, their bodies translucent, moving as one. Her entire crew. They opened their eyes in unison, glowing the same eerie blue. Lena! The voices echoed in her mind, not her ears. Don't fear it. The cold isn't death, it's evolution. We can live here, in silence, forever. She shook her head violently. You're not them. You're just. We are what comes next. The water rippled, and something enormous rose beneath, a mass of ice and sinew, humanoid but vast, its surface a shifting mirror of frozen flesh. It extended a hand toward her. Touch the cold, Lena. Feel the skin of this world. Her visor fogged with each breath. Her suit alarm blared, core temp dropping rapidly. She lit her final flare and hurled it into the lake. The red light spread, igniting the oxygen-rich vapor above the vent. The explosion was blinding. The ice cracked, flames rippling through the tunnels as the ancient cold met fire. Lena was thrown backward, her visor shattering. She felt the heat burn one side of her face, the other side freezing instantly. The last thing she saw before blacking out was the glowing figures sinking, their light fading beneath the collapsing ice. When she awoke, everything was still. The tunnel had caved in. The water was frozen solid again, sealing whatever lay beneath. Her oxygen was nearly gone. The rover's emergency beacon blinked faintly in the distance. She crawled toward it, her limbs stiff, vision dimming. She reached the transmitter and pressed the distress button. Aurora Base. This is Dr. Lena Voss. Mission compromised. Do not, repeat, do not send recovery. The ice is alive. We're not alone.